others are fast-moving.
Unlike other big rallies,
Cockpit earlier at about 7 a.m. A group from the Coast Guard.
Welcome to #PHVote 2013.
Today on Rappler, Vice President Jejomar Binay and Senator Alan Cayetano get ready for the 2016 presidential elections. Pork barrel scam provisional state witness challenges Senators Enrile, Estrada, and Revilla to a lifestyle check. And Ukraine warns Russia any form of invasion, quote, would mean war. Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. The countdown to the 2016 presidential elections begins. As early as March, Vice President Jejomar Binay and Senator Alan Cayetano gear up for the next elections. Binay bolts political party PDP Laban and says he will form a new party. In a TV interview Sunday, he says PDP lacks unity. He adds, internal power struggles cause divisions within the party. Binay also admits he's considering Batangas Governor and movie star Vilma Santos as running mate in 2016. As this develops, staunch Binay critic Senator Alan Cayetano forms his own campaign strategy team with headquarters in Cayetano Bailiwick, Taguig City. Sources say the senator plans to come out with ads to generate buzz and to monitor surveys to get the pulse of the voters. Although currently a member of the Nacionalista Party, Cayetano may run as an independent. While not denying the reports, Cayetano thanks supporters who are urging him to run for president. Makati is the bailiwick of the Binays, where Jejomar's son Junjun is mayor and daughter Abby a representative of the 2nd District. The Cayetanos dominate Taguig politics, where Alan's wife Lani is mayor and brother Lino is the 2nd District's representative. Highlighting the Binay-Cayetano rivalry is the fight between Makati and Taguig over Business District Bonifacio Global City. In August 2013, the Court of Appeals ruled in favor of Makati over the jurisdiction of the booming business area. The decision is now under appeal. Provisional state witness Dennis Cunanan challenges Senators Juan Ponce Enrile, Jinggoy Estrada, and Bong Revilla to a lifestyle check. All three are implicated in the multi-billion peso pork barrel scam. Cunanan says, quote, if you have nothing to hide, submit yourselves to a lifestyle check. He also challenges the senators to execute bank waivers that set aside the bank secrecy law, quote, so the public may know once and for all who is telling the truth. Cunanan is the outgoing chief of State Firm Technology Resource Center, or TRC. State witnesses say the agency was a conduit for pork barrel funds funneled to fake non-governmental organizations. In his testimony, Cunanan says the three senators handpicked and even endorsed fake NGOs as legitimate. Justice Secretary Laila de Lima says Cunanan's testimony debunks the senator's statements they did not know the NGOs were fake. Cunanan earlier said he's willing to go through a lifestyle check to prove he did not benefit from the pork barrel scam. He also denies reports he did not declare a 40 million peso property in an exclusive Quezon City subdivision in his statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth. Cunanan says his brother owns the property. Cunanan adds his family started receiving threatening phone calls and text messages. De Lima says the Justice Department's Witness Protection Program and the National Bureau of Investigation are looking into the threats.
Yes, there are real security concerns surrounding Dennis Cunanan and even the other state witnesses. We cannot be disclosing to you details because we're still verifying those reports. In the meantime, WPP in coordination with NBI are doubling their efforts in the security measures.
Is it possible to end hunger in the Philippines? Based on a scale by the Global Hunger Index, or GHI, where 0 denotes no hunger and 100 denotes hunger, the Philippines scored 13.2 in 2013, categorized as serious. Though hunger declined in the past years, the country still ranks 28th in the world overall. A UNICEF study in 2013 said about 15.6 million Filipinos were undernourished from 2011 to 2013. UNICEF also ranked the Philippines the 10th country in the world most affected by acute malnutrition. Delegates from public and private sectors discussed the grim realities of malnourishment and ways to solve it during the launch of #Hunger Project. Social Welfare Secretary Dinky Soliman says fighting hunger is everyone's responsibility.
This is the future of our country. It's really the children who are first and foremost affected. These are the people who will be ruling the country in the next generation. So we should all be involved.
Sharing her own experience as a public officer, Camarines Sur Representative Lenny Robredo says politics compounds the problem.
You know, I think politics affects hunger in the biggest sense of it. I have seen how people get hungry in my own district because of politics.
She adds, empowering poor communities by providing livelihood opportunities pave the way for inclusive growth, lessening poverty.
I think hunger is very, very much interrelated with poverty. And we can only combat hunger more permanently if inclusive growth is really achieved. Ironically, our food producers are among the most poor in the community, and that should stop. I saw how Naga did it. The poor households are the beneficiaries of the hunger program. But as beneficiaries, they will also be the ones who will be molded so that they would be made the suppliers of the hunger program.
The World Food Program and the Department of Social Welfare and Development will apply Brazil's Zero Hunger Program, a model that empowers small farmers to produce for the government's social assistance programs. Soliman says she's hopeful hunger can be stopped.
And I mean that we need, there are so many pockets of hope and energy zones that I personally encounter. Citizen-led solutions, citizen-led actions that change their life and their community. If they don't address this, they will die. If they don't act on hunger, they will die. Their children will die. So they are acting. Join us, join them in addressing and ending hunger by 2016.
World Food Program Country Director Praveen Agrawal says the Philippines should go beyond Band-Aid solutions to hunger.
It's not the issue of just hunger. It's not the issue of just feeding, particularly in terms of empowerment. Are we empowering the actors, the main actors? Let's not forget for whom we're doing it, and that is for the people. They must be partners. They are not just beneficiaries.
#Hunger Project is a partnership between Rappler, the World Food Program, and the Department of Social Welfare and Development. It is a platform for meaningful discussion and informed action towards a future without hunger. Not even captivity can keep the Bansil sisters from doing what they love best, telling stories. Najwa and Linda Bansil are filmmakers. They were working on a documentary about Mindanao coffee growers when they were kidnapped in June 2013. In an exclusive interview with Rappler, the sisters say the Muslim narrative is close to their hearts, adding, "It was a chance to give a voice to our own people." For months, Najwa and Linda came up with ideas for future documentaries and spoke to some of the people they met in the jungles of Sulu. The women lost 40% of their body weight in captivity. They say the hunger was too much to bear at times, but the sisters say life in captivity was not all bad. On good days, they would help locals with planting. On bad ones, the steady sound of gunfire kept them company. The sisters were under the protection of the Abu Sayyaf group while filming, but were later abducted by a breakaway faction of the Abu Sayyaf. Documents obtained by Rappler show their captors demanded 50 million pesos, or a little more than $1 million, in ransom. Rappler sources say the group holding the sisters were forced to free them after a series of military operations in the area. Philippine Military Academy Cadet Jeff Cudia faces the Cadet Review and Appeals Board, or CRAB, to present his case against a decision of the Academy's Honor Committee to dismiss him. CRAB is reviewing the decision that declared Cudia guilty of violating the Honor Code. The code states cadets, quote, do not lie, cheat, steal, or tolerate those among them who do so. Cudia's tactical officer reported him for allegedly lying about being late to class, an offense that supposedly violates the Honor Code. Cudia's family and friends led a campaign on Facebook to bring his case to the public. China denies offering the Philippines incentives to stop it from pushing through with a historic case against Beijing over the South China Sea. In a media briefing Friday, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Qin Jiang says reports about this are, quote, sheer fabrication. Qin says, quote, no one can shake the Chinese government's resolve of safeguarding national territorial sovereignty and maritime rights and interests. We will never trade away our sovereignty and territory. Philippine former National Security Advisor Roy Logoles says the offer was coursed through back channels. Two government insiders confirmed Goles' claim. China's reported offer drew the anger of Filipinos. Partyless group Akbayan protests in front of the Chinese consulate in the Philippines Monday. The group slams China for using water cannons to drive away Filipino fishermen near the disputed Scarborough Shoal. Akbayan Representative Walden Bello says the Filipino people will not fall for this crude good cop, bad cop antic being employed by China. The Philippine government says it hopes to win the case by 2015. Newly installed Ukrainian Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk warns Russia any form of invasion, quote, would mean war. Yatsenyuk's threat comes after Russian President Vladimir Putin sent military troops to Crimea, a Ukraine territory with a complicated past. Russia turned over the territory to Ukraine 60 years ago when both were republics under the Soviet Union. Speaking on Ukrainian television, Yatsenyuk says, we are on the brink of a disaster. This is not a threat. This is a declaration of war on my country. Ukraine mobilizes its own army 2 days after Russia sent its troops marching, including all military reservists. Pro-Kremlin forces seized government buildings and blocked military bases in Crimea. These developments threaten to blow up into the worst crisis between Moscow and the West since the Cold War. Russia's move draws sharp criticism from the United States and its Western allies. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry warns Putin that Moscow risks losing its place among the group of 8 nations because of this move. U.S. President Barack Obama calls Putin's move a, quote, violation of Ukrainian sovereignty. Russia's aggression began after the overthrow of pro-Russian President Viktor Yanukovych. Following months of bloody protests, Yanukovych rejected a trade deal with the European Union, triggering mass outrage. Let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 3, it's been 4 months since the political unrest in Thailand started. At least 22 people have been killed, 4 of them children. The head of Thailand's top investigative agency warns the nation's crisis could escalate into a civil war. With both sides refusing to back down, there are fears the violence will get worse. The protesters want to oust Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra and end the political dominance of her billionaire family. At number 7, documents released by the Clinton Presidential Library reveal the struggles of former United States First Lady Hillary Clinton as a politician. Mrs. Clinton served as State Secretary under President Obama. She's seen as a frontrunner in the Democrat stable of potential candidates for 2016. Hillary's issues included having to deal with the media and advisors constantly telling her to show her human side. And at number 9, U.S.-based in-flight connectivity suppliers Honeywell Aerospace and GoGo are collaborating with satellite giant Inmarsat to implement the Global Express Aviation Network. It's said to be the first global high-speed broadband for the skies. Wi-Fi in aircraft was hobbled in the past by slow speeds, but more airlines are rolling out new and improved services. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. A team led by Filipino scientists reveals a flower native to the Philippines functions without the chloroplast genome, a basic component required for a plant to thrive. The Rafflesia lagaske is a parasitic plant species found in Luzon. It's best known for its huge 5-petaled flower that smells like rotting flesh. The scientists, led by Jean-Marie Molina and Michael Puruganan, show this particular Rafflesia species may be missing the genetic code in the chloroplast. Though the Rafflesia has a host plant that goes through the photosynthesis process, it should still have the chloroplast gene to do other essential chemical processes. But the team discovers this particular plant species doesn't have an intact chloroplast genome. The traces of chloroplasts found in the Rafflesia are from its host plant. Actors Matthew McConaughey and Kate Blanchett lead the winners in the 86 Academy Awards. Historical drama 12 Years a Slave wins Best Picture, while 3D space thriller Gravity bags 7 awards. McConaughey wins Best Actor for his lead role in the biopic Dallas Buyers Club, edging out Leonardo DiCaprio and Christian Bale. Kate Blanchett wins Best Actress for the Woody Allen drama Blue Jasmine, beating out veterans Judi Dench and Meryl Streep. McConaughey's co-star Jared Leto bags the Oscar for the actor in the supporting role category. Lupita Nyong'o is Best Supporting Actress for her role in 12 Years a Slave, earning a standing ovation as she took to the stage to accept her prize. Animated film Frozen brings home 2 Oscars, Best Animated Feature and Best Original Music for the song Let It Go, written by Filipino-American songwriter Robert Lopez and wife Kristen Anderson Lopez. For our social media post of the day, it's the selfie that launched over 1 million retweets. Oscars host Ellen DeGeneres tweets a star-studded selfie featuring Jared Leto, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, Julia Roberts, Kevin Spacey, Lupita Nyong'o, Brad Pitt, and Angelina Jolie, along with Channing Tatum and Lupita's brother Peter. The post sends Twitter crazy, with users reporting internal server errors. With over 1 million retweets, it breaks the record for the most retweets previously held by U.S. President Barack Obama, whose historic 4 more years post was retweeted 778,000 times. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page that crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories that have affected our readers and our viewers the most emotionally. These 10 stories have gotten the most number of votes on their mood meter. If we take a look today, we have the politics taking center stage. Interestingly, Cayetano wants to be president too. You have 49% happy and 23% annoyed. The purple color picked up in Binay leaves PDP Laban to form a new party, 48% annoyed. That purple also picked up in the story that's gotten the most number of votes in the last 24 hours. Vong Navarro eyes libel, perjury charges versus Roxana Costa. You have 23% don't care and 46% annoyed. The purple coming together to give you today's mood of the day. Today, most people are annoyed. Well, that's Rappler's newscast for today, Monday, March 3rd, 2014. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.